Okay, so the following is a circle, but now we're going to shift it. So we're going to have a center h comma k. So now the problem would read, if the distance between the points x comma y and 1, 2 is 3. So now you have some new center, 1, 2. And from that center, we are 3 units. So you would go 3 right, 3 left, 3 up, 3 down, and that would be our circle because each one of these is our radius. And you would graph it. So if you have a center and a radius, it's 3 left, 3 right, 3 up, 3 down, and you have a circle. So now let's form an equation. So again, I put some random point on there, and that could be anywhere, x comma y, and we make a triangle. And so now this would not be x anymore. You would think it's x, but that's x. That's 1 comma 2. So what this represents here is a distance. This is x take away 1. And this would be y take away 2. So it's the distance. So from here is 2, and up here is y. And so what we're doing is actually subtracting the difference. And it's y minus 2. That's what gives us our height. And down here, this would be 1. And that would be x. And so their difference is x take away 1. Like if you had 7 here, it'd be 7 take away 1. That's a distance of 6. But that's our x comma y. So now we have that, and we already know that that's our radius, right? Our radius is 3. So we would end up with this. X minus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals, and our radius is 3 squared. So you can see that h and k give us the center, and it's opposite. So it's -1 in here, so we have a positive 1, and a -2, so it's a positive 2, and the radius is 3. So hk is our center, and r is our radius. So center of 1, 2, radius of 3. So let's try one. Find the equation of a circle with a center of -5, 4, and a radius of 3. So it would be x plus 5, always opposite, y minus 4 equals 3 squared. So this would be x plus 5. Y minus 4 equals 9. So there's the equation of a line with equation of a circle with a center of -5, 4 and a radius of 9. So graphing, we'd go -5 and 4. We'd plot our center. And then from there, it's 3 units left. Let's do that in red. 3 units right, 3 units left, 3 units up, 3 units down. And then you make a circle. That's it. Let's do another. So this one's center is 0, 0. So that again would be x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals 10 squared. So that would be x squared plus y squared equals 10 squared, which is 100. So there is the equation of a circle. So 0, 0, 10 left, 10 right, 10 up, 10 down, and a big old circle with a radius of 10. And that's it. So the center is HK, and the radius is R. All right, what if it's in this form, though? So it's not given to us in nice form. Well, then we have to do completing the square. And so we're trying to get it down to x minus h and y minus k equals r squared so that we can pull out our center, right? We want x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So that's our main goal. So we're going to be using completing the square. So we put everything over to the left just because, and then we sort. So the 6 would go to the other side because it does not have a number, a variable. We put the x's together and the y's together, and then we split them. So we know the x squared and the 2x will make our x plus or minus something, and the y squared and the 6y, when factored, will make our y minus something. And so we put a little space in there, and that's what we need to use to complete the square. And we use our same old half, and then our square. But if you add 1 to one side, you have to add it to the other. So we do it again. What is half of -6? That's -3. And then -3 squared, that's 9. And there you go. So we're completing the square. By cutting it in half, it tells us what our factored is, and then squaring it, half, and then square. And there you go. So 6 plus 1 plus 9 is 16. So that gives us a center of -1 comma 3 and a radius of 4. So our center is -1 comma 3 and our radius is 4. So we plot that by going negative 1, 3, and then again 4 left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 right, 4 up, 4 down, and you make a circle. Now, there's a way to check this, and what I like to do is take a random point that's on our circle, the one that we know, and so that one was 3, 3. And what we do is we plug it back in. If that is a point on the circle, then it would make the circle true. So we check it. And so we go 3 squared, that's our x, 3 is our y, and we should make sure that this is 0. So we get 9 and 9, so that's 18, and then 6 minus 18 minus 6, and you can tell very quickly that that's 0. So to be very, very certain, you could check that one as well. So that would be negative 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So negative 1, 7, and we plug that one in. So negative 1 squared plus 7 squared plus 2 times negative 1 minus 6 times 7 minus 6, and that should also be 0. And it always also checks. And so you could check that one and that one as well. But we already know our center is negative 1, 3, and it's working perfectly. Those two work. So we're good. That's it. So that's a shifted circle.